I just did a video on 10 basic settings that you should change in the Galaxy S20, and this video is just one level up and talks about slightly more advanced settings that you should change. You can dedicate memory to a specific application so it launches quickly. Go into recent apps, then tap on the app icon and then say keep open for quick launching. And there will be this security lock sort of an icon to show that this app is always going to launch quickly because some RAM is dedicated. If you want to keep all your phone calls recorded, you can do that. Go into dialer settings and then recording calls. Now there are a couple of options here. Auto recording is probably switched off. Turn that on, and then you can go in and decide what kind of calls you want recorded. Calls coming in from all numbers, from unsaved numbers, or from just select few numbers. And you can access all your recorded calls. Let's say you're in the middle of using an application and you get a call. It takes over the entire screen, or you probably get one of these pop-ups. You could actually go in and make it even less interfering by having this small, tiny, it's called a mini pop-up. And this is something that you have to enable by going into settings. It looks really nice and non-interfering, and you can expand it all the way. So just go into your dialer, hit settings, and then there's an option called call display while using apps. If it's set to full screen or pop-up, just hit mini pop-up and you're all set. And I also suggest that you do keep calls in pop-up, that way you always remain in the context of the app. And guys, before we move on to the next one, do help me grow my channel. So definitely like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I put a video. With Samsung One UI 2.0, Samsung introduced something really cool. You can always cycle your ringer profiles by tapping on the sound icon in the quick settings. But if you were to go to mute, you could actually set it for temporary mute, so you don't have to worry about it getting back into ringer mode, which a lot of us do forget. So here it's set to 1 hour by default, but you could go into details and then you can change that. So you can set it for 1, 2, 3 or any number of hours, and you never have to worry about changing your ringer profile back to ringing mode from mute. Next, when I hit my power button, I get 4 options and I get a lockdown mode, which you probably don't see. What that does is that it disables all biometrics and it blocks all notifications from appearing on your lock screen. So no one can see any notifications that you might have received while you were away from your phone. And the only way to unlock is by putting in your 4-digit PIN. It's a safety measure. To enable this, go into settings and scroll all the way down to lock screen and then hit secure lock settings. As a safety precaution, you'll have to enter your 4-digit PIN to go in, and then you will see something called as show lockdown option. It's probably turned off, just go ahead, turn it on, and that's it. If you're looking at squeezing out more battery, go into power mode and then try adaptive power saving. It's something that Samsung introduced with the One UI 2.0, and it's probably worth giving it a shot. If it works for your phone, see if you get slightly more battery life with this. The next one has to do with setting up your do not disturb mode. So tap on it and then go into details. And here you should do a couple of things. First of all, I always set do not disturb to automatically switch on when it's time for me to sleep. So about 10 PM in the night till 7 AM in the morning, I want no disturbances unless I myself want to look at notifications. I'll talk about duration a little later. So what it does is that in D&D mode, none of the notifications will show up. You can of course control how much of what should show, and sounds are specifically turned off except alarms, because I still want to be able to get calls and messages from my favorite contacts, and I can set who are my favorite contacts, like family. So you can do that. And you can also set repeat callers. So if someone's calling you twice within 15 minutes, it's possible that it's an emergency, so you can have that setting turned on. Now, coming back to duration, I set it to ask every time. So let's say I'm entering into a meeting and I suddenly do not want to be disturbed by anything. If I hit D&D, it'll ask me, do you want to manually turn it off or automatically? And now let's talk about setting up your edge panels. The first one I have is a calculator that I can use just with the swipe of my finger. Direct dial, so I can quickly call contacts that are most dialed. Access to my most used apps, some tools like snipping tools and GIF makers, and tools like flashlight or ruler. These might not be very useful for you, but I find them useful because I use them to, for some specific purpose. Point being, it's all available with a flick of a finger. How do you do this? Edge panel is already there. Just swipe, go into settings, and you'll see a bunch of panels already there that are either turned on or off. So go ahead and toggle these. Now, direct dial and calculator are actually not available by default, but I downloaded them from the Galaxy store, so just look for them and install them. And then you could go ahead and rearrange these in order of priority. For me, calculator has to be the first one because I use it pretty frequently. But then again, depending on what you want as the first one, you could just go ahead and configure it for yourself. The next one has to do with setting up your focus mode. If you go into settings and digital well-being, you will see something called as focus mode. And what this lets you do is that it allows you to enter into this non-distracting environment where you're able to lock down onto something that you really want to do. So let's say you select work time, and then you only want access to certain apps and none of the other apps, including not receiving notifications from other apps. So I also want Drive and Duo when I'm working, and then I just start work time. And now I cannot access any other app other than these ones, and I will not get notifications also from any other app. So it's absolutely distraction free. And even if I try to access, let's say Instagram, it'll just say, sorry boss, you cannot. And you could go back into focus mode. Once you end focus mode, you'll be able to see all notifications that you've missed. So it's not like you would miss onto anything important. It's just that, you will have your own space and time to work. And whenever you want to enter focus mode, just pull down your notification shade. There's a focus mode option, hit that and you're all set. And similarly, you should enable wind down mode. So during sleep hours, your phone is going to turn itself into grayscale mode. So it affects your sleep patterns much less, and it also blocks notifications, so you're in full control. And that wraps it up, guys. Those were 10 slightly more advanced settings that you must set up on your Galaxy S20 as soon as you get it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.